I'm Andrew Tracey, Men's Health Fitness Director. He's Chris Eubank Jr.
And this is how we broke his body.
So skipping, first up, jumping rope. Always been a big part of your training?
Absolutely. Skipping is, it's great for footwork, it's great for cardio, it's great for warming up the muscles before a training session, which is hugely important because you avoid the injuries, the extra injuries that can come from boxing. The way to learn how to do it is to do it without even using the rope at first. So professional skipping is you kind of have one foot in front of the other. It's like a dance, right? So you're back and forth, you're back and forth. You can change, you can change. The best way to learn is to just do this movement first. And then, obviously, as you get more comfortable with it, you bring the rope in. You're not like this. This is very rigid, it's not very skillful. You gotta be up on the balls of your feet, and you've got to be ready to maneuver, to dance, and then you can start moving the doubles in to get the extra adrenaline. Go, skip with me.
Cool. So I'm here, I'm just sort of bobbing one foot.
Well, that's one way to do it, yeah, is the back and forth. But
yeah.
If you're going to stand still, you can do it just with the feet. There you go. That's pretty good. So it's like you're fake running. So you're doing 1 foot at a time. It's kind of, if you look at my feet, it's like a back and forth. You do the double skip.
Rigidly and unskillfully.
Yeah, that's when you can actually put your feet together, is when you do the double skip. And then you got the crisscross. And you get really skillful with it. But you've actually got pretty good skills for someone who doesn't skip a lot. So.
Oh, nice. And this is a pretty underrated bit of conditioning kit, right? Because this is cheap.
It's cheap,
So
it's simple, but it gets you moving. It gets your heart rate pumping, especially when you start doing the double skips. And it gets you warm. The last thing you want to do, and this is where people can get hurt, really hurt in boxing more than anything, is that you start like a spar, or you start hitting the pads or the bags and you're cold. So you can pull muscles. It's when you get hand injuries because your muscles are not warm. You have to be warm. When I walk into a ring, when I'm doing the ring walk, I've done an extensive warm-up session in the changing room. I'm sweating. You know, that's the last thing you want to do is go into a ring or into a training session cold. It's dangerous. Skipping helps you warm up.
What sort of protocol would you do this rope, or at this point do you like play it by ear? Are you just like naturally flowing with it?
Yeah, it's all about rhythm. You know, music. That's how I started learning. I listened to the beat and I kind of, you listen to the beat and you try and move to the beat. That's how you get good, you know? And yeah, it's like a dance.
Who's got the best sort of skipping footwork in the game, do you think? Is there anyone that stands out to you?
You watch Floyd Mayweather skip when he was boxing. You know, he's doing all types of, I mean, he's doing the crisscrossing, but he's going low and he's spinning and doing all that. I never learned all that extra stuff. I just learned the stuff that gets your heart rate up. Yeah. This is called the medicine ball. This is an extremely important part of my training regime. As you know, boxing is about absorbing punishment. And some of the worst or some of the hardest punches to absorb are body shots. So a big part of my training regime is punishing my body so that it's able to absorb punches when I get into the ring. You know, the more of these you can take over a period of time, the tougher your stomach gets, the more you can tolerate real punches. Because these simulate what a punch feels like to enter into your stomach. So I'm going to give you a small experience of that today.
So talk me through so you refer to it as punishing your body.
Yes.
If I were to say I'm training myself to sort of learn to brace and receive that, what do I need to be doing here and now?
You're going to be lying down and you're basically just going to tense as hard as you can to absorb each. You know, we'll do 10, and I'm not going to go crazy, but you'll feel it, and it'll feel like they're small punches. Okay. And obviously over time, your body gets used to absorbing that impact. You can go harder and harder and harder and harder. And yeah, that's how I've learned how to absorb body shots. The worst punches in boxing are the ones you don't see coming. So that's whether it's head shots or body shots. The ones that stop you, the ones that put you down are the ones you don't see. Because you're going to be seeing what I'm doing, you're going to be able to tense with it, and you're going to be able to absorb the impact a lot better. We're going to do 10 in the middle, 10 on the side, and 10 on this side.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
All right. 10.
It's about how you'd imagine it to feel.
It's not nice. Yeah, so over to your side. 10 more.
Yep.
10. Good. Ready?
Yeah, it's not the nicest in the world.
So
over time,
you can get to a point where the guy is literally bang, 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 and you can absorb that without getting winded, without tapping out, and that helps you when you're in a fight situation where a guy slips your shot and comes up with a massive uppercut to your stomach. You can catch it, and you're not gonna take a knee. You're gonna be able to. It might wind you, but you're gonna be able to step off, and you'll be able to build that air back up. With some guys who don't work their core, you'll hit them with a shot, and they go like that. And they fall over, or they freeze. They're paralyzed because the wind it's happened to me before. It happens to everybody. This prepares you for those moments, which can end fights if you're not prepared. So, very important. That's the standard way of doing it, but obviously, a more advanced way is you would stand up in a fight stance, and I would hit you in the sides and in the midsection, and you would absorb those punches, and you would, like you would in a real fight.
Kind of getting used to.
If you want to try it, we can.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we'll do 10. We'll do 10 total, all over the body.
Okay, so just stay braced. Yep.
Stay braced. Yeah, kind of move with it. Nice. And that prepares you for taking real punches in sparring situations or real fight situations. You're getting hit in the stomach, and being able to absorb that and not let it stop you from continuing to fight. That's the aim of the game.
So what have we got here? What are these mitts?
These are ready-made hand wraps. I am a man that is, I'm all about time efficiency. I like to be time efficient with my training, with everything in my life. So I have wraps pre-made so that I can slip them on and off. I tape over the top, and I'm ready to go within a couple of minutes. Some guys, they'll come into a gym and they'll spend half an hour getting their hands wrapped every day. I'm not patient enough for that line of work. So I get them pre-made, I slip them on every day, tape them up, and I'm good to go.
So this is what people would recognize as like a big long wrap that wraps around your hands,
right.
Your fingers.
This is a substitute. This is what a professional would use because there's much more protection than just I think they're called Mexican wraps. There's a lot more padding. There's a lot more stability once you tape around the top, and it's all about stabilizing that hand. You don't want injuries. You don't want cuts on your hand. You don't want breaks. You don't want dislocations. These are the money makers. These are what you can build your career, your life using. So you have to protect them as well as you can. So they're very well made, and they are an absolute must for anyone who's thinking to take boxing seriously. Protect your hands. That's the most important thing you can do.
And would you use these sort of any time you glove up, whether it's the bag, whether it's sparring? You're always looking to protect your hands.
Sparring, bag work, pad work, every aspect of boxing. You need to have your hands protected.
What's the difference? You know, if someone comes in off the street, they put on a pair of gloves, just gloves, and they start hitting the heavy bag. What can happen if you're not wrapped?
Well, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people who are maybe just recreational or just messing around, they'll just slide some gloves on without the protection underneath, and that's when you'll get blisters. You'll get the skin will get removed from your knuckles. You know, it's happened to me 1,000 times. That's why every one of these is kind of red and marked up from this, you know, scabbing over, healing, then recutting, then re-healing. That's just a part of being a fighter. But the main thing is that the stability you get from the wrist once you tape it, that stops your wrist breaking. And this stops your knuckles from breaking. You can break your knuckles if you hit a bag incorrectly. You can break your thumb. You know, your thumb can get caught. You can break fingers. All of that takes you out of the gym. It takes time off of your career. It puts you in positions where you're going into fights or training sessions and you're thinking about, oh, my thumb hurts so much, oh, my finger hurts so much. So the punches you're supposed to be throwing, you're hesitant, or you just don't throw them because you're too scared you're gonna re-injure. These are all things you want to avoid. So get yourself some proper reps.
Yeah, that looks like it's about much more than, as you just said, just padding. I think people see boxing gloves and they think padding, right, protecting your knuckles, but the stability on your wrist, all of that stuff is vital, right?
Once it's taped, it's stable, the wrist doesn't move. That's the most important thing. When you're connecting with the bag or with the pads or with an opponent, your wrist can move. And you know, your hand can break if you don't have it stabilized. You also see the tape in between the knuckles. That keeps the padding in place over the knuckles. You can have padding over the knuckles, but if it's not taped down, then as soon as you connect with something, it will move. And then it's off to the side, and then the next time you punch, you're gonna break your knuckle. So you have to have it all taped in, you have to have it all compact and protected.
How often do you see people kind of end their careers or at least set them back badly through hand injuries?
You see it all the time. You know, I'd say 90% of fighters have bad hands, have injured hands. You know, they have knuckles that are down here. They have balls on the back of their hands from where the bones have broken. I've been blessed to have not too many hand injuries throughout my career. I've had some for sure, but nothing crazy to where it's really affected my training and my fighting. And that's because I take pride in finding guys that can rap well, and I'm diligent with it.
So you've got the gloves on now, we're at the bag. I think this is what people think of as quintessential boxing, right? I think when people think, I'm gonna get into a bit of boxing, get a bit fitter, this is, most guys, this is what they're imagining, like pummeling a heavy bag. How much of a part does this actually play in your training as a pro?
This is an everyday piece of equipment. This is life, really. I've seen one of these every day of my life for the last 25 years. You have to learn to love this equipment. You have to learn to enjoy its movement. You have to learn to enjoy the hardness of it, the pain of hitting it hard, the feeling of your knuckles sinking into it. I like these boxing bags because they replicate a human body better than most. You've got the head, the upper body, and this represents the midsection. So you can throw uppercuts like you would against a real human being. You can throw body shots, you can throw head shots. So this type of bag has got everything. And it moves. Boxing is about movement. It doesn't matter how big and strong and tough you are. If you can't move around a target, if you can't get out of the way of a shot, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get punished. You're going to lose. The guys who make it to the top are the guys that have the offense, but they also have the defense. They can also get away from danger when they have to. That is just as important as being able to punch, is being able to defend yourself. Bags like this teach you that.
Let's have a feel, let's see.
So, you know, a typical day, you probably do about 45 minutes of just solid work, no breaks.
45 minutes?
Yeah. You know, you have your little water breaks, but when I'm hitting the bags, I don't typically take those minute rests that you would do during a spar.
Yeah.
I like to just go straight through. Because boxing for me is about stamina, it's about endurance. how long can you go? The longer you can go, the better chance you've got of being able to outperform your opponent in a 12-round fight. Someone's gonna get fast, someone's gonna get tired first, and whoever does is gonna end up losing. So, how long can you spend on a bag, moving, dodging, punching, slipping, without getting tired or without stopping, without quitting? It's not all about power. Sometimes you don't even have to hit the bag hard. Sometimes it's just about distance. It's about just knowing where your opponent is, being able to touch him, being able to set him up so that, bang, you can get him with that big, quick, sneaky shot and then get out. There's all different types of ways to use a boxing bag. The more time you spend with it, the more things you learn.
You know that feeling when you're on a roller coaster and you know the camera's going to be there, so you're like just still face, but you're actually really gritting your teeth quite bad.
What we should do is put some pads on so you can really feel some power and so you can feel that what it's like to actually have punches come at you.
I've actually got stuff on, so...
No.
Come on, so pads on.
Let's do some pads,
okay.
come on, some pads there, let's jump in the ring.
Quite hard. Quite a hard punch.
So that's...
It's your box.
The left hook is a power shot. Okay. That's a showstopper. But you don't want to throw too many of them because they take a lot of energy out of you.
Okay, I can feel that with you.
Yeah. You're putting your whole body weight into it. So if you miss, you're going to come off balance some of the time. That's when you do something called killing the cockroach, or a pivot. That's what it's called, like that.
So that power is...
So yeah, to stop yourself going off balance, put the hook up. So you go with the punch, so it kind of forces you to come back. Otherwise, you can go and then you fall off balance. That little foot movement, it gets your body and mind ready to come back. Because it's not just about throwing one punch. It's about throwing the punch and then knowing what punch you're going to throw next. Or about throwing the punch, put your hand out, and then evading a shot. Because a lot of the time when you throw a punch, they're going to come back over. So throw a punch at me, and then you come over the top, and then you come again.
So this is, okay, so if you go in, and I'd come over and you throw
Let's
again.
try. So that's punching, evading, and then punching again. Punching off of a punch. It's very high level stuff. A lot of people don't practice that. They just practice trying to hurt somebody. Speaking of hurting somebody,
oh no,
we're going to...
we weren't even talking about it. He brought it up.
We're going to try a few body shots.
Okay.
It's the body shot challenge. Now, body shots are actually probably the hardest shots to take. Some guys can take headshots all day, but taking shots to the solar plexus or to the side of the stomach, it can be debilitating.
I think that's something people don't realise, right? They're
They
looking
don't.
for those big headshots,
If you go out on the street and you ask somebody, all right, you got to take a punch, for £1,000. Do you want it in the head or the body? Most of them are going to say, "Well, punch me in the body." But what they don't realise is this is where all your intestines, your organs, your breathing apparatus are. You get hit with a good shot in your stomach, it can literally paralyse you. I've been hit in the stomach a few times in my career, and I've literally been frozen on the spot. I've literally not been able to move. And then you have to have what I call a poker face. If you let the guy know that you're hurt, he's going to follow the shot up with some big combinations and you're out of there. So the last time this happened to me, it was a few years ago in the spa. The guy caught me with an amazing shot right in the middle and like that. And I didn't see it coming. Those are the shots that are the worst. And I just had to, I looked at him like this and I smiled like that. I'm smiling at him, but I can't move. My hands are down like that and I can't move. So I'm dead in the water. So if he'd come forward, I'm finished. But because I smiled at him, I went like that, he backed off a little bit. And in my head, I'm like, oh, thank God, thank God. So now we're gonna do the body shot challenge. It's just straight body shots for 30 seconds. You can move around, you can do whatever you want. You just got to hold the shots. Just no different to the medicine
It's a
ball.
good job I did all that training earlier.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Start the clock, let's go.
We'll start off slow and we'll build up.
Go on then.
Be good. Hands up.
Hands up.
There you go, out of the way.
Come on.
There you go, you can move. Let them know when the 10 seconds are coming.
Smiling.
Yeah, you got it. That was good. That was good. Very impressive. Very impressive. I'm Eubank Jr, and this is how I built my body.